Hi guys, after 3 months enjoying summer and my sailing skiff, I'm finally back at the workshop. This time I need to make 2 oars and they should be about 2.70 m or 9 feet approximately. But the only wood I could get with that length is this 45 by 45, which is less than 2 by 2 really. This won't be enough for those powerful scull type oars, so I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do maybe a long narrow blade or maybe a narrower scull type concave blade, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is and let me show you there. So I'm gonna do something like square there for 680 mil, then an extra 32 or 320 mil, same diameter or same width but round. So section here will be square, section here will be round, and then I'll taper it to 30 mil. This all together will be 2,700 millimeters or 9 feet. Now I either do a narrower scull type or I just laminate a few strips there and then do the long narrow things. I'm not sure yet, but in any case I'm going to do this loom the same way and then I'll think about it. This one is pretty much straight, this one isn't, so I'm going to shape this one first, and then when I have it squared off and tapered I'll copy the shape to the next one. Guys, it's actually 30 degrees here in the workshop today. Couldn't have picked a better day. I'm gonna make the handles 32 millimeters in diameter. Guys, the best way to make sure I don't screw this up is probably just cut this with the handsaw. Right, I was having a look on Goat Island Skiff Facebook group for some ideas for how to make the blades, and I just saw some oars made by Just, and they have the kind of blades I need. Those blades are not as wide as the powerful sculling blades, and they're not as narrow as the long C blades like the color design. Luckily, the looms I was making don't have taper on one of the sides, just like the ones on Just's design. As you can see here, it's pretty straight as opposed to this side, which has most of the taper. But I still need to taper this section a bit more, something like that, all the way to here. That's the taper done. To use those blades, I'm going to have to make a cutout on the looms. So that's the handle, that's straight, then it tapers, then it has a cutout. That's absolute The original set of oars were made by Joost. If you want to see the full details, you can go to the Goat Island Skiff Facebook group, and on the file section you can find all the instructions on how to build these. There's plenty of experienced builders there, not like me, we just make things up. Go and join the group, only after you subscribe to my channel though. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. I've got all the taper done, I've got the cutouts marked. Doesn't look like much, but I've wasted 5 or 6 hours already. Yeah, that's what you get for trying to make things up as you go along. It's a lot easier if you have a plan before you start. Day 2, and I'm gonna start by making the jig for the blades, to laminate the blades. But first I need to let Churchill out, he's been here all night. Go on, boy. Go up. No? You always freeze in front of the cameras. Right, so blades. I'm gonna use this plywood, it's 5mm, 5-ply. Very light, and I'm gonna put 2 layers of these for each blade. I'm gonna make the jig here on this bench, and I need to start a 25mm strip of wood and a 17mm. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to make a template to make sure that both blades are exactly the same on each oar, but for now I'm just going to roughly cut this one, transfer it to all these and get them gluing. I want these dry as soon as possible. I'm using microfibers now. I mixed 40 grams of resin and then added the microfibers. Couldn't get back to the workshop yesterday, but today I have a lot more time, so let's get to it. Guys, this is one of the handiest little tools I bought in quite a while. It takes Stanley carbide blades, replaces the blade quite easy, just a wing nut. 50mm carbide blades. I can't see the reference here, so I'll leave a link in the description below. But I got this off Amazon. Blades are laminated, they've got a nice bend to them, and I will shape them later. Now I'm going to take care of the shafts. Before I start, time to review the plan. I'm going to do 500 mil square and another 500 mil round. Here, round to oval between this point and this point. Here I want it to be almost square, just a bit rounded edges there. I could build a spar gauge to do this, but since it's only 500 mil, under 2 feet, I think that's easily marked by hand, and the drawings already show the dimensions I need to mark there. So on the side with the less taper, I'll mark 7 there and join the 2 points. Before I do any of the rounding, I need to do the blade cutouts first. I don't have a bandsaw, I don't have a small handsaw either, so I'm going to use a jigsaw. Jigsaw is probably not the best thing to use because we all know it tends to tilt the blade a bit, but I'll go slow, give it plenty of margin and keep checking on the other side. Wish me luck. Okay, I've got my template made, and I'm going to copy that to both blades. Man, it's hot. I need a beer. Oh, nice one. Here you go, boy. Better have something to drink too. Okay, I was cutting those blades, waiting for the SD card to copy all the files to the PC. Now I'm going back to doing these shafts. Okay, I've done this to 8 equal sides, from this line all the way to about here. Then it starts dying off to the square section, and from here forward it's dying down as well until the start of the blade. It's going to be oval here, not round. I rounded off as much as I could with the planer, and now I'm using this old belt from a belt sander to take off all the small little edges left. That's it, both done. I haven't rounded these blades yet, but it's too late now. Don't want to make too much noise for my neighbors, so already like 50 yards away, but still, I need to glue these though. It doesn't look like much, but I've mixed about 40 grams of epoxy to pre-coat these and the shafts there, and then mix the microfibers. That's as much as I use to laminate this whole blade, so that has to be plenty. I have put that piece of wood there supporting the weight of the clamps, and also I can control the twist on the blades. I think that's enough for today. Guys, this morning I was racing at the club against a Laser 4.7, a Topper 14 Sport, a Vorian, and Pedro Cabasega, his Goat Island Skiff. It was absolutely awesome, great fun, good wind, and if you want to know which boat was faster, you're gonna have to wait. I'll try to release a midweek video. Stay tuned. I need to round this off now. I believe it's about 9mm marking on each side. The easiest way for me to shave this off is with that, but I need to be very careful because that is really coarse. That's probably 60 grit or something like that. One pair of oars. I have to be careful with my accent and that word. There you go. They're fully epoxied when drying. I need to sand them down later, or in a couple of days actually, and then varnish them, but that is for another week. You have a set of plans for these on the Goat Island Skiff Facebook group, and another set which are very similar but with a wider blade if you want a more powerful set of oars. For now, that's all we have time for. Stay safe and I'll see you next week.